The heads of government meeting of the Shanghai Cooperation Organization was attended by India, Pakistan, China, Russia and 6 other member countries. External Affairs Minister Jaishankar had travelled to Islamabad for the meeting, the first such visit in 9 years. The meeting saw some cautious movement on India-Pakistan ties, while India remained the only SCO member to not endorse China's Belt and Road Initiative. Jaishankar also flagged India's concerns about China and Pakistan in veiled references. Well, joining us now at this point for his perspective on this big story is Sajid Tarar, Pakistan-American businessman. Welcome, Mr. Tarar. Thank you for being with us today. What do you make of our Foreign Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar's visit to Pakistan and his message to the SCO of there being no boost to trade due to terror activities?
First of all, I think it's a wonderful gesture that the foreign minister went to Pakistan after so many years, after 9 years, and plus, I think the outcome was very positive. No hot talk. There were a few jabs in his speech, and then what is the result out of it? The trade cannot start without peace. So this is what the bottom line of Dr. Jaishankar's stand, but then smiles were there, a good handshake versus the way it took place in Goa last time when the Bilawal Bhutto went there. So I think there's a one step further up, but a lot of more things can be done. Matter of fact, I was saying in several interviews that the Pakistan would have done some better because the thing is right now, this is the trade in between both countries and peace in the region is the need of Pakistan, and it's very important for Pakistan's survival. So they would have done better. To me, I think they should have. Right now, the Pakistan needs trade, not the India needs the trade. India is the 5th largest economy versus the Pakistan is struggling politically and economically. But Dr. Jaishankar going there, and when he came back, he thanked the Prime Minister Sharif. So that they are the good steps. I think ice has started melting, but I think more can be done. More can be done.
All right. Do you see this visit as an icebreaker of India having moved on from the constant to and fro with Pakistan? Mr. Tarar?
Both sides, I believe both sides have taken some baby steps towards it. Like I tell you, there are no hard talks. And on the other side, during this speech, they did not bring up the Kashmir issue. So I think, plus at the same time, I wanted to tell you that before the foreign minister went to Pakistan, the Indian journalist who has interviewed Nawaz Sharif, I think he has sent a very strong message, very good message, that Modi ji should come to Pakistan to visit. And second thing, he said that we have wasted 75 years or 77 years in wars, and that they should not carry on. So I think that was the big message towards the Indian government, and I think that was the beginning of this entire meltdown. But the overall SCO, even then, you probably have seen, and everybody knows in the world what kind of issues Pakistan is facing: political instability, terrorism on every big city. Under given circumstances, holding SCO in Islamabad, and thank God there was no accident or incident. It was a big achievement, and China has helped Pakistan to do this thing, to achieve this. And at the same time, the SCO is a Chinese tool is considered anti-West, or is considered the parallel to the NATO. So the thing is, ultimately, China has helped Pakistan big time, and Chinese premier going there and starting the new CPAC 2 and the airport at the opening ceremony of the Gwadar airport. So I think Pakistan has achieved what was the expecting. And it's a good thing is that Dr. Jaishankar went there, and it was a good beginning. It's a good and not only this, when he came back, he has expressed himself that we are not passive. We will respond regardless, positive or negative. But I wanted to remain optimistic. So the ball is in Pakistan's court right now. I think they should take the furthermore bigger steps to normalize the relationship. The world and the Pakistani media and the Pakistanis, they are expecting the secretary level talk may start in the.
Right. Why do you think Nawaz Sharif has made an offer for talks with India? What's the reason behind that?
Because, first of all, the Nawaz Sharif is a business-minded individual. Whenever he has, in the past, when he was a prime minister, he's business-friendly, and he had a better relationship with India. He is always looking forward to have a better relationship with India. He has gone to India on Modi Saab's inauguration, and plus at the same time, the Modi Saab has visited him in Lahore in his home. And not only this, the Barkhadat going there and meeting him at the same time. And plus, I am one of the Pakistani myself who believes in the Pakistan cannot move forward without having a relationship not only with India, but with Afghanistan and Iran and neighbors. That is very important. And plus, we have more similarities versus differences. Our ancestors have been living in this region since thousands and thousands of years. And I think I agree with Nawaz Sharif's statement that we have wasted 75 years in wars and poverty and things and hatred and anger, and it's never a solution. War is never a solution. So I think we need to start living in harmony and peace. And like I told you, we have more similarities versus the differences.
Do you think the ISI would ever allow talks to happen with India?
Yes, of course, because first of all, whatever happened in Pakistan, they must be on board. They must be have their green signal in it. And it's not like past in the where they were always reluctant to have a relationship with India. They are right now Pakistani establishment is on board as well, and I believe they know how important it is to have a better relationship with the neighbor and have a trade with the neighbor. I believe they understand. And nothing can take place in Pakistan if everybody is not on the page. And Nawaz Sharif and all of them, not only this, they have a good relationship with everybody. And I firmly believe that now ISI and other stakeholders in this commitment, I think they are on board.
Okay. Do you also think that the Pakistan government is worried, though, of any action by India on POK?
Matter of fact, the thing is, I believe right now, during this SEO, they did not mention Kashmir. I believe they understand the sensitivity of it. And I don't think, frankly speaking, I don't believe that India is in the mood to do anything dramatic or any aggression or something. I don't believe, because India's economy is growing so rapidly, and the wars bring the economies down, matter of fact. And I don't think the Indian government or even not only this, they will be aggressive. They cannot afford to do this thing. Like I told you, they are the fifth largest economy, and going into the war, what do you think? What will be the consequences? I don't think that Dr. Jaishankar is a very strong, he's a very good diplomat, he's a statesman. Modi Saab has a very good team at the same time. They are aggressively growing in the business. And a matter of fact, since the COVID, what is the saying, that whenever China slows, India grows. So in these circumstances, I don't think that India will be taking any aggressive step toward the POK.
Another 7 billion aid taken from the IMF. Why is Pakistan unable to sort out its economy?
This is earlier, several times I have mentioned that Pakistan is going through many crises, and right now there are three major problems Pakistan is facing: political instability, economical crisis, and the terrorism. And there are a lot of issues behind the economical crisis. One is the corruption, no export, and they are interrelated to each other. Political instability ultimately is directly related towards the economical crisis at the same time. Plus, wherever the terrorism takes place, people run away from there, and no economic activity takes place there. So they are interconnected to each other. And matter of fact, it's a sad reality. The Pakistan is IMF addicted. This is 24th program with IMF. And I firmly believe that they should stop doing it, and they should focus on education, and they should focus on increase their export. The model's right in front of them, the model of Bangladesh, model of India in front of them. They need to work on it. Matter of fact, it's one of the biggest crises. Economy is a big crisis, but corruption is very deeply rooted in the Pakistan.
Do you think that the rising attacks in Balochistan and by TTP members is a serious threat?
It is. A matter of fact, not only this, the TTP, our last government, they had a different opinion about TTP. They left a lot of prisoners from the jails, and then they allowed them to open up the offices in KPK, and the Balochistan again have many crises. So this is earlier, even then before the SEO, they were attacked on 12 ambassadors in KPK, and there were 2 Chinese engineers were killed in Karachi, and then the Balochistan, they are killing Punjabis. So the thing is, it is crisis. It's a state of crisis. It is a big threat. But like the Pakistani government have said several times that we are a victim of the terrorism. And this is what comes in my mind, that they need to put this case in front of the world and India, that state is not sponsoring terrorism, we are victim of the terrorism.
Do you agree then that Pakistan has been sponsoring terrorism in India?
Matter of fact, the thing is I don't believe the state is involved, but there are a lot of operatives which they are beyond the control of government. Because imagine about it, how can they sponsor a terrorism in another country when they cannot have control the terrorism in their own country, in their own provinces? So I don't believe the state is doing it, but there are a lot of, because due to Afghanistan, you probably have seen a lot of people fighting against Russia. They are living in Pakistan, and they are beyond the control of the government. It is very sensitive matter. It's a very sensitive matter. But if they are not involved, but they need to explain completely in detail with a comprehensive plan to India and the world. Matter of fact, the state is not behind it, and we are victim. Like earlier I told you, which I see is, I think they are the victim of the terrorism themselves.
Absolutely. Do you think Pakistan government is working for the welfare of its citizens? Why do you think Pak is then facing a severe food crisis as well as an inflation crisis?
Like I told you, all of this related to the corruption. And unfortunate reality is this: the policymakers, all of their benefits, their own kids are living in the Western countries. Matter of fact, corruption is a big problem. It has gone into the depth of the society. Matter of fact, and this is a big crisis. And I have seen it firsthand. It's like a decay. It's like a cancer has spread in the entire body, and that is one of the reasons you probably have seen. One of our finance minister in the past has said $150 billion of Pakistan is sitting abroad in Dubai or London, and it's a tragedy. It's a lot of money. Matter of fact, it's a lot of money. And but somebody has to take a deeper action against them. Somebody has to do a strong operation against the corruption in our system. Every department is falling apart due to the corruption.
Right. My final question to you then: what does an average Pakistani think of their political establishment? What changes would you perhaps like to see for prosperity of your people?
If you personally ask me, most of the people, they have lost the faith on the systems, or regardless, whatever the system, either it's judiciary, or either it's a government, or either it's a political, either it's legislation. And what is my general experience of what is my opinion or my suggestion towards the solution of all of these issues is education. And most of the people here in Pakistan, they hardly speak the English language. Their system of education is crippling. And without education, they cannot move forward with it. So my biggest advice always, which I try to preach and try to tell them, learn English and math. And biggest example is right in front of them: Indian Institute of Technology, Indian Institute of Management. They are the biggest. That's the biggest tool of India's growth. So that's what I always request Pakistanis: please ask your kids to learn English and math. And without education, you won't be able to go to the 24th century. Artificial intelligence is the future, and Pakistan is way behind it.
All right, Mr. Tarar, thank you very much for joining us with your perspective on this big story.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.